Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Mystic Journeys with HB, Derek, and Nerdy. We're all here in the house today. Everyone, how's everyone doing today?
Doing pretty good, pretty good. Had a
Doing well.
Cool,
Thank you.
cool.
You doing?
had a
I
slow
like the
start.
fit, man.
Slept in because it's the first day of spring break for my kid.
Okay,
So
sweet.
kind of
So Nick was
really
just
relaxed this morning. And then we went out and tried to forage a little bit.
Okay.
Didn't find anything but a bunch of trash. But hey, at least we picked up a bunch of trash.
Yep. I
Nice.
think it's a little too soon, but I like your enthusiasm, man. I feel the same way. I was gonna go today, but then I thought about it. I'm like, it's just kind of a waste of time because nothing really out yet, but it's getting really close.
You're getting there.
Yeah. I mean, shoot, the very first plants are just now springing up. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, exactly. It's looking beautiful out there. We're getting a lot of blossoms on
yeah.
the trees.
I got a nice little foraging bag for my birthday, like a little mushroom knife and stuff like that. Actually, two different
Awesome.
ones. Yeah,
Happy
excited to go put
early
that to
birthday.
use. Yeah, yeah. Maybe I'll show it off on the show here in a little while.
All right.
Thank you, man. Yeah, my birthday's tomorrow, you guys. Yeah.
Your birthday.
We should try to get together or
Thank you,
something.
thank you. We definitely should, man. I have nothing planned. Yeah, if you want to do something, that'd be
Great.
awesome.
I've got
Um,
a lot of stuff going on this week, but we'll talk about that on the side. But we'll
pretty
figure
cool.
it out.
Yeah.
We should really get together. I got
Um,
something I want to give
what I
her.
do have planned for my birthday is going to Mount Taro, but obviously we have to wait for it to warm up just a little bit because it's a high up in elevation. So, but yeah, it's something I really want to do. I'm really looking forward to doing that. I've really kind of dedicated my birthday plan to going to Mount Taro and trying to pick up some aquamarines and maybe some other stuff too. We'll see.
That would be cool.
That's a
About
place where
14,000 feet.
the video you sent me, right?
Oh, yes, sir. Yep, exactly right. Yeah, way high up in the mountains. What it is you usually park at the bottom, and then it's a 7 mile either hike or four-wheeler drive, or you can use like a 4x4, like a Jeep or something like that, to get to the top. And then when you're at the top, and there's like some risky climbing and stuff like that, you have to do. So yeah, it's kind of an adventure, really. It's super cold. It never really gets very warm up there. It is 14,000 feet. And honestly, there's only like a 2 month window where there's not even snow on the ground where you can actually harvest these things. So
Mhm.
it's a little bit of an adventure, and I'm looking into it to try to do it right. And I have a couple months to plan, so we'll see how it goes. Maybe in a month or two, we'll go. We'll see.
It'll be fun.
Be fun, man. It'd be great to have you guys come along. If anybody wants to come, just let me
I
know.
would love to get a
Give
piece
me
of
a note.
aquamarine on my shelf. That'd be so cool.
Yeah, man. I'd love to make some earrings and jewelries.
Going up to Mountain Taro. I used to
It's my
follow.
birthstone, so
There's a show called Prospectors that was on the Weather Channel back a long time ago. I used to watch it religiously. I
yeah.
watched every season of it. I even have an autograph of one of the prospectors in the show.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
But yeah,
Cool.
yeah. And I bought a stone from one of the other families, the Buseys. Anyway, if you watch the show, you know who they are. But I won't get into
Sweet.
it.
Yeah, I did check it. I checked out the first episode. I think I might have watched the second one too. But yeah, I definitely watched at least the first episode of the being right on Mountain Taro and hunting the aquamarines. So that's pretty cool.
That's not the only part of Colorado that's cool. There's Aquamarine is one of the best, and the best
It's
is at Mountain Taro.
it's my favorite. That's why I'm doing it because it's like my birthstone. I've always wanted it. It'd be cool to make my own earrings and jewelry and stuff. So
That would be
yeah.
cool.
And then I will definitely. I've been looking at some of these other places, and I definitely will be spreading out one little thing at a time. Deep breaths and baby steps.
Mm-hmm.
Can't explore the whole world. And Colorado's four worlds all in and of itself, really, if you think about it. So yeah,
It's
yeah,
crazy.
I'm excited to see, man. I'll show you the foraging bag and stuff in a little while.
Cool. But yeah. I had a good class over the weekend. I did a gummy making class. I had a few hiccups, but I got through it.
Okay.
And everybody was
Sweet.
very, very thankful. And
Anything serious?
Hmm?
Anything serious?
oh no,
Did
it's
you spill something or something like that?
yes and no, but like uh so when I told them I need a burner to heat up my sugar solution, I didn't tell them that it couldn't be one of those thermal ones, the ones that like it needs to react with the pan.
Induction.
Induction, that's the word. I don't have an induction at home. I don't know that my pans wouldn't work with an induction burner because I've never
It
tried
has
it.
to be made of steel.
It has to
Mm-hmm.
be magnetic, and my pans are
Yeah.
not, and they're copper bottom. Um, so they had to run out to Walmart and buy another pan, and then run it back, and we ended up making candy after all. But it
Okay.
was had its stressful moments, but we got through it.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And everybody got to walk away with some little gummy samples, I'm sure.
Yeah. I had a bunch of gummies pre-made, so I brought a
Cool.
everybody got a plenty, and I got to bring some home, and the ones we made in the class, I brought those home too. So
Okay.
yeah, they turned out really, really good. I'm really happy about the potency.
If they store well, maybe you can do a couple for a giveaway here on this show.
Maybe.
See what people think.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
see.
Cool.
I was thinking
Right.
the warmer weather, we're gonna have to, be mindful of what we're sending.
Mhm.
Candles, those are gonna be difficult in hot weather or stuff like that. Chocolate, chocolate doesn't like hot
That's
mailboxes.
absolutely
100%.
correct.
Gummies.
So if I were to
Yeah.
send gummies, I'd have to do it really quickly before the weather gets too hot. But the weather already might be too hot,
Yeah,
Good point. In the back of a van or something like that.
yeah,
or in someone's mailbox, just it melts.
yeah.
It's unfortunate but true.
Said the truth.
See the mailbox a couple times. You just
Mhm.
have to get out there and get it like as soon as it arrives. If you got that
Yeah.
informed delivery, it might be okay, but that hot weather,
Unless you're packing it with like an ice pack or something like that, that gets expensive.
Let's see who's here in the chat with us. Mars, what's up, Jay? Nerd, what's up, Nerdy? Anderson, what's up, dude? Oria, Ray. Hey, cheers, everyone. Thank you all for joining in. Lurkers in the chat. Cheers.
Yeah. Cheers, lurkers.
Cheers, lurkers. We gotta find a better name for them.
Mhm.
We got the Mystics and we got the Secret Mystics.
They're the mystery mystics.
Mystery Mystics. There we go, baby.
So were you wanting me to read from the Way to Love as well, or you just want to talk about the mushroom stuff today? Either way, because I can always save. I don't care if I save.
I think we
I
should
love
read
having
some of
material
it.
for later.
Yeah, if you want. I got like a 10-minute article on a little bit of the history of mushrooms and cacao and how it works together and how long it's been used for and stuff like that. So yeah, I think it's pretty an interesting little documentary, or not documentary, article, and it also has some science about the dynamics of the psilocybin molecule. Just a little bit, it dabbles in a little bit of everything. So I think it's pretty cool for us to touch into. But if you want to read some,
Cool.
I think that'll give us the end of the show to be able to talk about it and we'll be fine.
So you want to do this first? You're saying?
Yeah, and then
All right.
that'll be like a 10-minute read, and then we can discuss after.
It's
Cheers,
only
man.
it's only like 3 pages worth. It's
Cool.
really
Whatever you want to do, man. Sweet. Cheers.
All right. So this meditation is called. Well, first of all, the book is called "The Way to Love" by Anthony DeMello. He is a priest, and he considers each of these chapters like a separate meditation. They're really, really short and meant to be easily digestible by someone who's ADHD like me.
Okay.
So they're great for these shows. This one is called "The Extra Mile," and there's a Bible verse here at the very, very beginning, and it is Matthew 5:40-41. And if anyone would sue you and take your coat, let him have your cloak as well. And if anyone forces you to go 1 mile, go with him 2 miles. If you take a look at the way you have been put together and the way you function, you will find that inside your head there is a whole program, a set of demands about how the world should be and how you should be and what you should want. Who is responsible for the programming? Not you. It isn't really you who decided even such basics as your wants and desires and so-called needs, your values, your tastes, your attitudes. It was your parents, your society, your culture, your religion, your past experiences who fed you operating instructions for your computer. Now, however old you are and wherever you go, your computer goes along with you and is active and operating at each conscious moment of the day, imperiously insisting that its demands be met by life, by people, and by you. If the demands are met, the computer allows you to be peaceful and happy. If they are not met, even though if they are not met, even though it be through no fault of yours, the computer generates negative emotions that cause you to suffer. For instance, when other people don't live up to your computer's expectations, it torments you with frustration or anger or bitterness. Another instance, when things are not under your control or the future is uncertain, your computer insists that you experience anxiety, tension, worry. Then you expend a lot of energy coping with these negative emotions. And you generally cope by expending more energy trying to rearrange the world around you so that the demands of your computer will be met. If that happens, you will be granted a measure of precarious peace. Precarious because at any moment, some trifle, a delayed train, a tape recorder that doesn't work, a letter that doesn't arrive, anything is going to be out of conformity with your computer's programming. And the computer will insist that you become upset again. And so you live a pathetic existence, constantly at the mercy of things and people, trying desperately to make them conform to your computer's demands, so that you can enjoy only peace, so that you can enjoy the only peace you can ever know, a temporary, respite from negative emotions, courtesy of your computer and your programming. Is there a way out? Yes. You are not going to be able to change your programming all that quickly, or perhaps ever. And you don't even need to. Try this. Imagine you're in a situation or with a person that you find unpleasant and that you would ordinarily avoid. Now observe how your computer instinctively becomes active, insisting that you avoid the situation or try to change it. And if you stay on there and refuse to change the situation, observe how the computer insists that you experience irritation or anxiety or guilt or some other negative emotion. Now keep looking at this unpleasant situation or person until you realize that it isn't they that are causing the negative emotions. They are just going their way, being themselves, doing their thing, whether right or wrong, good or bad. It is your computer that thinks to your programming, that thanks to your programming, insists on your reacting with negative emotions. You will see this better if you realize that someone with a different programming, when faced with the same situation or person or event, would react quite calmly, even happily. Don't stop till you have grasped this truth. The only reason that you are too The only reason why you two are not reacting calmly and happily is your computer that is stubbornly insisting that reality be reshaped to conform to its programming. Observe all of this from the outside, so to speak, and see the marvelous change that comes about in you. Once you have understood this truth and thereby stopped your computer from generating negative emotions, you may take any action you deem fit. You may avoid the situation or the person, or you may try to change them, or you may insist on your rights or the rights of others being respected. You may even resort to the use of force, but only after you have got rid of your emotional upsets, for then your action will spring from peace in love, not from the neurotic desire to appease your computer, or to conform to its programming, or to get rid of the negative emotions it generates. Then you will understand how profound is the wisdom of the words. If a man wants to sue you for your shirt, let him have your coat as well. If a man in authority makes you go 1 mile, go with him too. For it will have become evident to you that real oppression comes not from people who fight you in court or from authority that subjects you to slave labor, but from your computer whose programming destroys your peace of mind. The moment outside circumstances fail to conform to its demands. People have been known to be happy even in the oppressive atmosphere of a concentration camp. It is from the oppression of your programming that you need to be liberated. Only then will you experience that inner freedom from which alone all social revolution must arise for the powerful emotion, the passion that arises in your heart at the sight of social evils and impels you to action, will have its origin in reality, not in your programming or your ego. I'm going to reread that last part. Only then will you experience that inner freedom from which alone all social revolution must arise for the powerful emotion, the passion that arises in your heart at the sight of social evils and impels you to action, will have its origin in reality, not in your programming or your ego. So basically, it's better to set your emotions aside so you can take action, the appropriate action, whatever that may be. And only when you're calm can you be sure that you're taking the right action.
Yeah.
I think HB mentions that a lot. Like not
The karma
being,
yoga.
yeah, but not being active when you see something wrong. Doing something. And yeah.
Yep, 100%. I have a really cool story that I was watching today that kind of relates to this a little bit. I was just gonna kind of tell it how he told it. He said that there was a girl that he used to like in elementary school, and whenever he was afraid that people would find out, because he was afraid that people found out, they would make fun of him. Finally, people did find out, and everybody was making fun of him, like, "Oh my gosh, you like that girl?" And they were walking up to the girl like, "Oh, he likes you," and they were like, just like picking on him, like little kids do, right? So he was saying that like to him, it was like the end of the world. He's like he basically he was like, I felt like I was dead because my world ended because as far as his world was concerned, him being in school as a kid, that was his whole entire world. But it's funny how we become adults and do exactly what they say in the book. Like we're able to look at it from a calm state of mind, but not only a calm state of mind, almost like to be able to laugh at it. Where when we're in it, we're like, this is the end of the world. Everybody's gonna think I'm a loser because I like this girl. It's like when we get older, we're like laughing at it, how ridiculous we thought that thing was. And I like to think about that's why I talked about in the show about writing a letter to your younger self. Because when we get older, we usually regret the things more that we didn't do than the things we did do. 100%.
Yeah, I agree.
Yep. And then, that's not me saying that, but that's just me listening to people who are like, they've lived life. And it's like, hey, what do you think? Like, you're at the end of your life. Like, what do you think about life? Well, I know that I've regretted the things that I did, or sorry, I didn't do than the things I did do. Like the chances I didn't take, the girl that I didn't talk to, rather than the girl that I talked to and things didn't work out. I don't regret that as much as the girl that I didn't talk to. It's weird how our brains work like that. The chances we didn't make, the jobs we didn't take, the hobbies we didn't do. It's weird.
How would you be different?
Yeah, exactly right. You have to ask yourself that from where we are now, though. And that's the hard thing. Like, what will my later self regret me doing now? What would Jesus do? Is kind of the way you guys talk about. Yeah. So what would my future self do? Because in a way, we all are God, right? That's the whole idea is that we speak through God, we see through God. That's how we live our life and our reality. That's how we influence other people.
Should try. Should try.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Right. So hopefully we do that with what will my my older self be proud of what I'm doing now. Because I don't want to make a mistake now and then have to look back and be like, wow, that was really dumb. Whenever I could be like literally consciously living my life now with awareness. It's difficult. I struggle with that. But I do think about it. I'm very aware of it. Like, what am I going to think about myself tomorrow? What am I going to think about myself 20 years from now? What am I going to think about myself 50 years from now?
Yeah.
What am I really going to think?
That's really the only person that really matters what they think is you.
Yeah, 100%. But also, I want to be aware that I'm going to have different opinions and thoughts now than when I'm older. So that's the difficult part.
Experience
Because
changes.
we're going to evolve. Yeah. And I got to know now, later on, I'm going to be like, that guy was young and arrogant and all the fucking dumb shit that kids are. But
dude, I was so nice.
Also, don't want to be too, yeah, right. I don't want to be too far ahead of myself.
Mm.
I want to still be kind of humble now because hopefully that'll make me even more humble later. Like if I can control myself now, I'll definitely be able
I
to
don't
later.
have any
hopefully.
true regrets, but there's often times where I'm like, I wonder how things would have played out differently if I would have done things differently.
Yeah, man. I get it. Still
I'm
do that.
happy with the direction things are going.
Gonna run and grab my phone and drink and then pull up that article.
But yeah, so this when I made these gummies this last time, this was my first time doing the two colors. So like doing like pink on one side and do green on the other. So you have to use two bottles.
Like
and
a
you
real
have to do them
cooking
both
room.
at the same time.
Oh,
But yeah, it turned out fantastic. I'm so excited. One of them was like half orange, half cola. I did one that was
Okay.
half tangerine and half pomegranate. Oh, the pomegranate's a good one. And then I did a half grapefruit and half lime.
What about
Like
the
doing
pink pineapple? Did you do that one?
Okay, so I did pink pineapple and mango as my first batch.
Yeah.
And I kind of knew I shouldn't have done it, but I did it anyway. And I did have those ones at the event and I gave them away to people. I'm like, this is an example of why you choose the right flavors. This is why you choose the flavors I'm telling you right now. Don't do mango, don't do pineapple.
It tasted
Mango,
horrible.
huh? It just because it
Did it
didn't
taste
blend
bad?
with the mushroom flavor at all.
Uh,
The mango, you know how mango aftertaste it has kind of has that earthy taste to it in a way that
yes.
that just clashed with the mushroom taste
Yeah.
completely. And then the pineapple, the flavor is too mellow and it doesn't cover up anything. So what I always suggest to people is you got to stick to citrus flavors. And then there's a couple other flavors that I know of that I've tried that also work, like blue raspberry, pomegranate, cola, chocolate. You can just use a chocolate flavor that covers it really well. It's a different kind of bitter, but not earthy, but it covers it up well. But any citrus you can think of, pretty much good to go.
Yeah.
But
probably not
Okay,
white
birthday
chocolate.
cake.
That's trash,
yeah, white chocolate's trash for sure. Screw that.
Oops.
It's not even chocolate.
We can see it. Birthday cake Kit Kat. This is really, it's better than regular Kit Kat.
There was a truckload of Kit Kats that was stolen.
It wasn't me. Plus their birthday cake, then maybe it was. Well, we tried the white chocolate Snickers too. That was really good. Super good. It was better than the regular. I like white chocolate so much. I think it makes it way better.
White chocolate.
White chocolate
Did
Snickers.
you eat lead paint when you were a kid?
Maybe
Probably. I'm a 90s baby, so anything's possible, honestly.
White chocolate. Oh no.
Yeah,
That's not
I prefer it.
really.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I like chocolate, but I'll take it or leave it. But white chocolate is like hard to resist.
That's like saying that you like black licorice.
I do.
No, I love black.
Yeah, I do.
It's awesome. Maybe white chocolate with green peppers. Mint white chocolate.
White chocolate licorice? White chocolate covered licorice? I don't know. Sounds pretty good.
Just vanilla licorice. Wouldn't that just be what it is? Okay.
Basically. I mean, like actually covered in white chocolate. That'd be really good. All right.
Chocolate covered licorice could be good. There
Speaking of chocolate, let's talk a little bit about chocolate and how it's used with mushrooms. So these are some old statues here from about 7,000 years or older, give or take, from Mesoamerica, and these are used to grind up the mushroom with the cacao to make sacrament. We're gonna get a little bit into it. Like I said, they touch a little bit on all the topics here, but they don't go too deep into anything. But this shows you these are ancient tools right here that they were using in the shapes of mushrooms, and they're using them to grind down mushrooms with the tops that you see there, the rounded top pieces, like a mortar and pestle, if you will. I'll pull up this article.
This is actually reminding me of something that I discovered recently. But I'll let you finish yours first. But I'm gonna start pulling up some stuff on the side to talk about.
Sweet, perfect.
some cool mushroom finds I found in Colorado that are kind of probably connected to that group of people that you're talking about.
Very well could be. And this is a little bit, as I read here, you guys are gonna follow along. This is the beginning of the article. It talks a little bit about how psilocybin works technically with the molecules. Just a minute, pull it up. Thought this is very cool because I love how, people are so into lemon tech, and like lemon tech's fine, but cacao is the way that our ancient ancestors used to combine mushrooms with. So, says here, microdosing psilocybin with cacao, an ancient combination in new light. A microdose is a subperpetual dose, unnoticeable or subtle and direct effect, but noticeable influence in your life. The use of psilocybin containing mushrooms has a long and widespread history. Microdosing psilocybin has gained popularity recently, using it rather as a supplement in daily life compared to a deeper journey. This is why Pops calls supplementary supplements. In general, 1/10 to 1/20th of a trip or journey dose is advised. Finding your sweet spot dose and a schedule is a fun process, and only you can decide what works best for you. And very important, if microdosing is beneficial to you. Note that cacao increases the effect, and the ideal dose might be lower. And we're going to talk about why chocolate makes cacao stronger. And we actually have a video on this on our channel as well, our harm reduction video that talks a little bit about this as well too. How does psilocybin work? Psilocybin is the active compound in sacred mushrooms and truffles, and the chemical name for psilocybin is you might can do this a lot better than me, O-phosphoryl-4-hydroxy N-dimethyltryptamine. I probably butchered the first part of it, but yeah, it's pretty close. After ingesting psilocybin, your body quickly transfers it into psilocin. This is what we talked about multiple times on the show. That psilocybin is actually not what it causes the effect. It converts into psilocin, which gives it its effect, 4-hydroxy and dimethyltryptamine. A very similar molecule to serotonin, which gives the actual psychedelic effect. By mimicking serotonin, it stimulates the 5-HT2A receptor in the prefrontal cortex of our brain, stimulating brain activity, growth, and connections. This is why it's so beneficial for PTSD, depression, and Alzheimer's and stuff like that as well. And you can see the conversion, how the molecule changes right there. I have another slide I'll pull down in a minute, but for now we'll go back to these guys so you can just see what we're kind of talking about here. Psilocybin with cacao. The combination of sacred mushrooms and cacao share a long history and tradition. Traditionally used in ceremonies with large dose journeys, we like to propose this combination for microdosing too. Separately, cacao and microdosing are used for a healthy and positive lifestyle. Together, they give more depth. Cacao is not just a psychedelic, but it does have psychoactive effects as a mood enhancer and connecting us to our heart center. It also has one of the highest concentrations of antioxidants, is rich in minerals, and the active compound theobromine is a mild stimulant, making it a healthy food source with a subtle but profound effect. And we're going to talk a little bit about microdosing with mushrooms and macrodosing with them as well. As the text called the sacred mushrooms, this is the next slide here. Just pull that up. The Aztecs people that specifically we're talking about here, Nerdy, to answer your question. And sacred mushrooms, they called them the flesh of the gods, and the cacao, the official name, was the food of the gods. And the powerful combination increasing the effect where the mushroom opens the mind and the cacao opens the heart. Note that cacao increases the effect of psilocybin. It contains MAOI inhibitors that break down the modulate neurotransmitters like serotonin, and your sweet spot dose might be a little lower than usual. I personally find that whenever I microdose, I can microdose with half as much as I normally would have to with chocolate. And keep in mind, this is 70% cacao or more. Another benefit of using cacao with microdosing is that it helps your body to uptake active components. In the end, it's not only what you consume in your body, but what your body can uptake and process. The natural fats present in cacao and increase blood flow help. Your It says Yurkin. You can eat pure cacao paste, but in our preference, it's better to make a traditional cacao style drink, honoring both the mushroom and the cacao as teachers, supporting us in living our potential. For many, a cacao drink is delicious and a very welcome combination when chewing mushrooms or truffles. And it is one of the most common ways that I use um, chocolate mushrooms, but I would say that I eat chocolate mushrooms probably just as often. With an intention, think about what your goals are before you're starting to microdose. They are important, and we talked about this a lot. You have to have awareness, and awareness is part of like what your goals are, what you're trying to accomplish. So that way, you're able to keep track of this as you microdose. But they're an important as an intention. So, and also to reflect on that later. When we start our day with cacao drink, we set our intention for that day, something we're working on, and for someone else or something broader in life. It's a nice way to connect with a deeper layer of purpose and prepare your mind for what you want to do next. We like to do the same with microdosing. Setting an intention adds to the experience and results. Your intention or goals can be performance driven, social, personal development, or spiritual, and be different per day or change over time. Connecting deeper layers of yourself is part of a fulfilling life. How often should you microdose? There's no single answer to this. The most important is to find a schedule that works best for you. Two famous microdosing schedules are described by James Feidemann as single microdose days that separated by off days, and Paul Stamets as serial microdose days separated by off days. So the Feidemann protocol, to run it through real fast, is day 1, dose, day 2, no dose, day 3, no dose, day 4, dose. Stamets protocol is a little bit different, however. It's 4 days on, 3 days off. So you would dose Monday through Thursday, you would take Friday, Saturday, Sunday off, for example. But what days you decide to do it and how often you decide to do it is different for everyone. It's important just to listen to your body, and instead of listening to other people, just figure out what works best for you. Off days are important to observe the difference and not to build a tolerance. And when continuing your schedule for several weeks, it's recommended to take a break for some weeks. Again, to observe the effects, see what the short term, in the moment, and long term effects are. Take notes and be kind to yourself and regularly check in with your purpose and intention. And you don't have to follow a schedule like this. You can also microdose more randomly whenever you feel like you want to. And it all depends on your goals. If you want to know more about microdosing protocols, you can check out this information on the Microdosing Institute. But there's tons of apps as well that you can use to kind of track your microdose, what you're taking, and how it's making you feel. Let's get to the history a little bit of psilocybin and cacao. And this is that picture that we were just looking at right here. Psilocybin containing mushroom dates back to over 7,000 years throughout different cultures, and most proof has been found in Mayan and Aztec history through the art, religion, excavation, text, mythology, etc., indicating that the important role they played. Even more is known about the cultural importance of cacao, and less about the combination of both. The Aztecs called the sacred mushrooms the flesh of the god, and cacao the food of the gods. Both are interesting by themselves, but create a powerful combination, increasing the effect. The mushroom opens the mind, and the cacao opens the heart. More information about uses and ceremonies has been destroyed, but luckily some survived. In the 16th century, a guy named Fernando de Shangung studied the Aztec culture and describes the Florentine Codex. So it was a tablet that they found with some inscription on it. And it says here, at the very first mushrooms have been served. They ate no more food. They only drank chocolate during the night. And they ate the mushrooms with honey. Honey is another thing you can actually stack mushrooms with as well. When the mushrooms took effect on them, they danced, they wept, but some, while still in command of their senses, entered and sat by the house of their seats, and they did no more, but only sat there nodding. When the effects of the mushrooms had left them, They consulted amongst themselves and had told one another what they had seen in their visions. And these are part of the stories that you get of people having mystical experiences and meeting gods or going to heaven or hell and these different experiences. And ancient ceremonies continued in secret, and many seeking them reported the combination of cacao drinks in these secret ceremonies. And just kind of finish up here, taking a higher dose. Microdosing is an interesting way to use psilocybin in daily life. Going into the ceremony is something completely different. Taking psychedelic journey dose can be a life-changing experience. Taking it in a ceremony is a beautiful way to honor the mushroom and the work with its effect. Going into a mushroom ceremony we can advise
Preparation. Taking. Oh,
I think we might be losing them. They're freezing up their HB.
I'm surprised that article it mentions the Stammet, but it didn't mention the Stammet stack.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
protocol.
that's interesting.
I thought if they mentioned that, I was waiting to hear them mention the Stammet stack because a lot of people do that. They
Right.
just as much as a protocol. The days on and off.
The Stammet, there's basically two protocols. There's the Stammet stack, and then there's the Fadiman protocol. But a lot of people just go with, pick one you like, look them up.
Yeah.
I won't go into details. But I really, really like this stuff that HB is talking about here with the correlation with the mushrooms and the honey, and how they would basically get together at night and they'd all just, have their mystical experiences, and then they would the next day and next couple days they would share the stories with each other, and I think that's awesome. That's
Yeah.
basically what we do here,
Yeah.
as we get basically, let's share our stories and let's share what we learned with each other. What'd you write in your journals? Let's talk about it.
Oh, let me flip my camera around for you guys. But yeah, just to finish up the end of the article, they're basically just saying that whenever you're going into these bigger ceremonies with chocolate, it's important to keep in mind that the chocolate does increase the effect, and it contains MAOI inhibitor or MAOIs, so these things can increase the effect dramatically. So it's important to go into it with intent and safety with dosing, like tread lightly, basically.
Mhm. Good stuff. I really
Yeah.
really like that stuff. That's really great.
Yeah.
Talks about the
these-
7,000 year history of this use,
Right. Some of these cultures are actually are endangered, and there aren't enough people continuing them. I
I'm
learned
doing my
about
part.
this culture that's comes from the same region as these that you're talking about here. But I came across this information because I recently discovered a Krugomphus mushroom. I knew it was Krugomphus. I didn't know what species it was. So I sent it in for DNA sequencing. It came back, and I'm like, "What? It's in Colorado? I thought this was only in Mexico." But it's actually one of those sacred mushrooms that they would use down in Mexico. It's not psychedelic. It's just an edible mushroom. It's basically a gild bolete. Let me see if I can pull up a picture for you guys.
Yeah, please, if you don't mind. But they would use it in ceremony, you said?
It's culturally significant. This culture, they are like the most extreme and most awesome mycologists that you've never heard of. Let's see here. Here's the one that I found. So it's called Krugomphus. Let's see, I'll go back there. Kona scientiensis. That Kona scientiensis is named after the science foundation that was down in Mexico that discovered it. This mushroom was just discovered, or basically separated from the other mushrooms in its group back in 2023, so only 3 years ago. And then now I found it in Colorado, and I'm the first person to find it in Colorado that I'm aware of. And I found two different sections, two different sides of the stream. I found it, and I got 2 DNA sequences back, and they both came back as this mushroom. And I was looking up this mushroom. I found out this mushroom specifically is a newly described edible species in 2023, and it was found in high altitude trans-Mexican volcanic belt of Oaxaca, forming ectomycorrhizal associations with pinus. I don't know my trees, and pine oak forest, which is very much Colorado. And this species is highly valued by and I cannot pronounce their culture name, but if you want to know, let's copy and paste a little bit about that culture. But this culture is actually an endangered culture.
I mean, if I had to guess, those spores literally came here from Mexico, maybe on a horse or something.
Birds.
Yep. Yep.
And
Yeah, but it
the
could have
highest
been here for a while.
documented mycocultural heritage globally, collecting and consuming and trading 202 wild edible mushroom species. So this mushroom is significant to their culture, and I'm like, this is really, really freaking cool.
Pretty
And
cool.
here, I'm the only person that found it in Colorado, and I found 2 of them across the stream from each other.
So much
right
we
here.
don't know, man, because the information has been burned, literally, or destroyed by other cultures.
Right. Yeah, so this is a guild bolete. You know what a
This
bolete
is
is?
you
They
on
have
iNaturalist
spores.
right here, maybe?
Yeah, this is my iNaturalist listing right here.
And that's your pictures.
So boletes usually have pores, not gills. So they re-evolved gills from having not gills. So
It's
this
crazy,
is
man.
a descendant from Suillus mushrooms.
It's crazy. Looks just like him, but has gills.
Mm-hmm.
It's wild. Nature is fucking psychedelic, dude. You don't even have to do drugs to really enjoy it, honestly.
Yeah, then I found a slightly older specimen on the other side of the stream. Yeah, I love mushrooms. I definitely want to go find more of these.
Crazy, man.
And a cool thing about me finding these in the location I found them in is that is like my spiritual place. It's my happy place where I keep going back there because it's a spiritual place for me, and I only bring people that are special to me there.
Well, they're not hidden, that's for sure. They're like, ooh, they're just there on the ground.
Well, yeah, I had to find it. I had to dig around, and I was crawling amongst the brush and stuff, and that's out in the wilderness. It's not just out in the middle of the city. It was in a really, really high elevation where it stays moist year round, and there's a lot of boletes and suillus and all sorts of cool mushrooms. And I'll be going back there. I'll be planning a camping trip, and anyone that wants to join, they're welcome to. I just need to figure out the details and the dates and stuff.
Yeah, just let me know, man. Heads up, and I'll be down to go. I got a bunch of camping gear ready to go, so I'm ready. I'm already been camping, so yeah, I'm ready. Just the weather, like this weekend, is going to be another kind of cool weekend in 30s and 40s, so it's like dancing back and forth. But yeah, most days are 60s, 70s here. Like today was a 66th day. It was beautiful. It's been nice.
So outside of Crugonphus, there's another species that's closely related called Gomphidius. They call it the hideous Gomphidius because the name Gomphidius, it's like Gomp and then hideous. But it actually is kind of like an ugly mushroom, but it's got a slimy cap just like Suillus mushrooms. And it's got gills like the Crugonphus, only it's more of a gray mushroom. And the bottom of the stipe, it stains yellow at the very, very bottom. The Crugonphus does that too. But this mushroom it's way more ugly. But I've found a lot of Gomphidius subroseus. So the cap, it's actually slimy and it's like rosy pink. And I've eaten those ones and they're actually quite delicious. So they're closely related to the Suillus granulatus that I gave you, HP. But they re-evolved gills from what I gave you. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait for some more of those. Make some more seasoning.
It's definitely my favorite family of mushrooms is the boletes. I love them.
So slimy yet satisfying.
Slimy yet satisfying. I like to peel off the slimy caps though. I peel off the slimy caps, and then for the Suilluses, I will remove the pores, but the Gomphidius and the Crugonphus, I won't bother removing the pores or the gills from those, and just chop them up and eat them. That's root beer candy. That's delicious.
No,
Yeah,
that's a date.
Dad's root beer too.
Oh, I thought it was a date. See, I don't have my glasses on. I thought that was
Yeah,
a
it is a
date.
beer. Yeah,
plastic?
it says dad's root beer.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. They're pretty good.
No, Shaq-alicious. Those things are good.
I haven't tried them yet. I've seen them though.
I've had them. They're delicious. They're bigger gummies, like Shaq.
Yeah, I didn't
I
know
was
that.
showing these the other day. I was showing these the other day at the end of the show, and I don't think a lot of people knew what these were, but they're little flavor packets. Like this one here is peach rings, and you
Sounds
add
good.
this to like a cup of water or like a bottle of water, and kind of like the Crystal Light type things, but this is
Single.
like cotton candy. Yeah, singles. Yep, unicorn, um,
I will be right back.
wedding cake. Like there's all different flavors, and they're wicked good. They make water. I love water, but these make water like easier to drink sometimes.
Yep. Whenever I worked out in construction, that's what I used to drink all the time. To drink more water without drinking a bunch of sugar.
Instead of
Definitely
having
good.
one of these, it's only 5 calories, and it tastes like kind of like liquid gummies or something. So it's a little healthier. When that sweet tooth attacks.
I love root beer. It's one of my favorite things. Like licorice, all that flavor.
Yeah.
Because that's what people don't know is these sodas and candies and drinks and stuff, they started off as medicine.
Mm-hmm.
And then slowly evolved into candy today. Now we have pineapple and blue raspberry and stuff. It was like licorice and Dr. Pepper at
Or
first.
half pomegranate, half tangerine, or
Sweet.
some grapefruit and lime,
It's some modern day shit.
and some
They look nice.
cola and orange.
Ooh.
They look good.
Yes,
This is
they
probably
are.
really good. Or maybe even orange and cream, or orange vanilla rather, like an orange
I was
creamsicle.
thinking about doing a vanilla and like tangerine, or vanilla and like cola would be good too.
Or blood orange or something. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, I'm gonna eat this one. And for the movie tonight, I picked out Pompoko, as I mentioned last week.
Yeah.
It's about the raccoons. I love the raccoons.
What's the dosage on those? Quarter gram piece?
About a half gram. Yeah, made these much stronger, and it's with my new non-alcohol extract. So it's used acidified water, so it's already naturally sour. But yeah, pomegranate tastes just like the pomegranate Tootsie Pops, if you know what those taste like.
Yep.
And the tangerine is spot on tangerine. So good.
Mike says, why don't you send him some?
I'm gonna have to.
Yeah, but the problem is, the way we were just saying, we got to do it early because if it gets too high, I probably won't be able to ship shit like that, chocolates and gummies, and it won't make it in the mail. They
What
just won't
time of
even
year
be
did I find them? Coach was asking. I'm pretty sure I found them in early July or late June. Let me double check on that real fast. I'll have the exact date. Whoa, that was wrong. August 15th. I found those in August.
This sounds like a meeting of Weight Watchers or Overeaters Anonymous.
Whoa.
She said if you just listen to our show and don't look. We are like people talking about, reminiscing about, man, you know that fucking best pizza I ever had in my life? I wish I could have pizza again. It's crazy. I think it's a cool little thing. That's like, it's something to kind of like break up the monotony of the fucking show. It's like
Candy's pretty innocent and pretty universally enjoyed.
Yeah, man.
I like innocent fun.
Yeah. And everybody has a style or a kind that they like. And even if you can't have sugar, there's always a candy or a snack or something that you can have. Or even if you're like gluten intolerant or peanut allergies or whatever. It's like there's always
ways.
something out there.
There's ways.
Yep.
And I like to know more about the non-sugary snacks that people enjoy, honestly.
Yeah. Or the healthy snacks. Like I bring a bunch of them on here that are either low sugar or healthy sugar, like natural fruits and stuff like that. That's why I do that, because
full sugar, full dosage.
Yeah, I guess you go healthy alternative. But you definitely could make this sugar free. It would not taste as good, but yeah,
tricky, but I could do it. I could do it.
Could
Get
you
people to
season
poop.
it sugar-free for the flavoring?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you could form aspartame or sucralose. Sucralose might work, but I don't know if it works the same as sugar. Sugar has very, very specific properties that for making candy and stuff. And I know they've used xylitol for making gummies, so I'm not sure how they do it. Couldn't be too hard.
These are sucralose and maltodextrin.
I'm in the process of learning how to make a Starburst. Apparently, it's this weird top secret thing, and no one knows how to do it. Every recipe I see is different. So I'm in the process of analyzing the actual Starburst ingredients and trying to start there. I've made one batch. I was so close. So close. And my goal is to make dosed Starburst. But it's going to be one of those recipes that I probably won't give away. It's going to be my top secret recipe that I'll just sort of be one of those treats I can give people.
Is this a Jamaican thing, Mello? Or is this something that you made? Invented? Sounds delicious.
No, sugar and almond flour, vanilla, and a little butter, spread out, and add chocolate before it cools. That sounds familiar and really good.
Sounds
some
good.
butter- like some chocolate coated butter cookies or something. And the almond flour, that's like there's some cookies that have almond flour in it that are just I
That
love that
sounds
almond
good.
flour cookies. They're so good.
Pears are one of my favorite
Like
fruits.
pears.
I
Cinnamon
love them.
fruit.
My favorite fruits, dude.
Nice.
I have homemade carrot cake and brownies in the fridge. Dude, carrot cake's my favorite cake. Y'all are killing me right now. And it's my birthday tomorrow. What? I'm trying hard to gain weight. Yeah, maybe that's why I need to set up the whole carrot cake and just blah, blah, blah. It's Norwegian. My mom teaching me. Cool. Yeah, sweet. Very cool.
I like a pear when it's like really done. I don't like them when they're too fresh and it kind of like hurts your lips after you eat one because it was so firm. One of those ones that like you bite into it, it's like it's all covered.
Jello, dude. Yeah, dude.
It's just like almost
Right back.
applesauce at
I'm gonna
that
grab a little
point.
tiny piece of nice Starburst.
Okay.
Showing off.
Especially whenever they get like ripe by the sun. It's like hot from the sun, dude. And that shit's so good.
Yeah.
I love it. I love like the crunchiness of it too.
I
Happy
named this-
birthday in a few hours. Yeah, it's my birthday tomorrow, so you all get your happy birthdays out now. I'll be on the show. You doing the show tomorrow, Derek?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll be hanging out with you guys over there.
Yeah.
Now, let me go get my bag and I'll show everyone.
So I got close, but it's just not quite there yet. It's still too sticky. It sticks to your teeth too much, and it doesn't hold its shape that well. I think I need more starch. And once I add more starch and maybe increase my starting temperature a little bit, it should be perfect.
This is the gum you're working on?
This is the Starburst I'm working on.
Oh, cool.
Getting close. I did one batch so far, and I watched a lot of videos, did a lot of research, and really analyzed the ingredients of actual Starburst and trying to make it as similar as possible. But this is a grapefruit flavored.
Have you seen a girl named Claire? She used to do a show on Bon Appetit, but now she does her own thing, and I forget what the name of her show is now. But
She did a
she
Starburst
yeah,
episode.
she does a lot of this stuff
and
like this.
She
It
was
tries to
not
make
happy with her results, but she published
Really?
anyway. So
'cause, yeah, I've seen a lot of her shows. She takes a lot of I like watching her shows. She's really good.
my
but she takes,
method is different from hers, but I did watch her video all the way through, and I learned from her.
okay,
And I decided not to do what she did.
sweet. Yeah,
She was
she's trying
not
to make
having-
like gourmet candies like that, like make a
Mhm,
Twinkie,
like
or
Skittles
make
and stuff like that.
yeah.
She had a really good Skittles episode. I love that one.
See this here?
Nice foraging knife.
Yep.
Sweet.
If you look at it, it's like got a shovel kind of thing to it.
Yeah.
That's a perfect foraging knife.
Yeah, it's
That's like a
awesome, dude.
trowel.
Oh,
It's got the inches on it, yeah, and then it has a serrated edge on one side right here, really sharp, and then the other side's a knife. If you look on the back right
That
there,
is
it's like
thick.
Yeah, so I can cut mushrooms with it, plants, whatever, measure, and then I can lay my mushroom next to it, and it has like a size diameter.
I
for
am
it.
jealous of your knife. That is cool, man. That is a
This
cool ass
is
knife.
Jeep.
Mhm.
And then I got this guy too as well. It's like flips out. It's my mushroom.
Yeah, I have one like that. My only problem with that one is it doesn't stay open and it tends to close on your finger.
It doesn't stay open.
It doesn't lock very well.
Mine's got a lock one in it.
Okay. Good. That's a good one.
Yeah, it is
The
good.
one I
It's
had
really
was
super
did not have
cool.
that lock.
And then it's got a little mushroom burst on the bottom of it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's pretty sweet.
That is
And
nice.
then
Yep. I like that's got that lock on it because mine. Actually, here
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull I'll show you my knife. My knife is just a basic.
It's got a sheath.
Doesn't have nothing fancy, but it's a
Solid.
one solid tang. But yeah, and I just keep it in my belt because I was foraging today. That's why I was wearing it. We only found trash. That was all.
See, I don't know if you
I
can
feel good
see.
about cleaning up. Ooh, that's a nice bag too. It's nice. Got a nice tougher sides and bottom. I like that.
See how it has mushrooms on it?
You know what? I think I met the guy that made that.
Maybe.
I
See how
was
it's like
very,
only out
very
of leather, except for
there
the
was this
back's
leather
on.
worker at the Renaissance Festival in Denver, in Colorado this last year, and he had bags that looked just like that. And they were nice. They were just out of my price range.
Yeah,
And
it's got the mesh on it. That
yep.
you're talking about.
And I did, funny story because I ran into that guy on the trail after I met him at the Renaissance Festival. And the trail that I ran into him on was the same place I was at today.
Wow.
What? Yeah, and I bet you anything, he's the guy that made that. Not many people are making bags like that.
I'll have to see. I can see who like where it comes from and let you know.
Let me know.
And I got some bags in here ready to go. Yep, got my knives ready to go, bag ready to go, and I have like obviously that bag I carry with me to the meetups. That's got like phone charger. It's got like a first aid kit, stuff like that inside of it.
Yeah,
I carry it with me basically everywhere. Microdoses.
Got my basket that I was carrying around today.
That's nice. It's nice.
And
basket.
I previously was carrying around a much bigger container, but this is the little one. I got this from the Daiso, that Japanese, dollar store. It is not blacklight reactive as far as I can tell. Most of the other ones are. And Alan Rockefeller, he was really gushing over my friend's container that did not react to the UV light when we run our UV forays. So you can just put them in here and you can shine it and you can actually see it glowing without the plastic interfering. But really, really nice. Fits in my basket perfectly. And I also have my my bag where I have like bear spray. I've got my chemicals to put on the mushrooms. When I find the mushrooms, I'm like, I want to test them like in the field. Also my water bottle, bags like you held up, like brown paper bags. Those are really important. Always bring a jacket. You never know when you might need a jacket. Weather changes quick. I can't count the number of times.
It's a beautiful day, and the sun goes down. You're like, holy crap!
Some days you just get dumped on. If you look through my pictures on iNaturalist, there's like a series of pictures that have all of the mushrooms have a bunch of hail around them. I was out there getting hailed on. I was like, "Yep, gotta get my mushrooms." And
I was just looking at it the other day. Colorado kills more people by lightning strike than any other state.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
One of my pictures with hail in it was a mushroom that was never been found in Colorado before, kind of like my Krugomphus. It was a Suillus disc color. And I've never been found in Colorado before, and I got it DNA sequenced. I thought it was a Suillus tomatosus or
all in
something.
one.
But yeah, only one found in Colorado, and I found it. And it was hailing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You got a mushroom and a concussion all in one go.
Yeah, the dangers and adventures in mushroom foraging.
What we're willing to do is be a hero, dude. Meddling where people don't belong. Huh?
Oh man, I live for it. I love going out there and finding new mushrooms. It's great. It's good for your health.
Thank you guys for joining us.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you everybody for joining us. Hey Kim, what's up? Kim and MVP, what's up, guys?
You guys on the big screen and say what's up, guys.
Yeah.
Big deuces.
Glad you guys made it. Right, Cook?
Don't eat if you can't ID it.
Yeah, exactly. Even
Mhm.
though I can't, there's many mushrooms that I can't necessarily get down to species, or I thought it was one species and it turns out it was something else. Um, so fine. I'm, it's, if you know your genuses well enough, you know that there's only a handful of toxic ones in that genus, and you know what they look like, then you're generally safe. It's when it comes to mushroom hunting, learn the most poisonous ones first, so you don't kill yourself. Learn the Galerina marginata. Learn the Amanita phalloides. Learn those ones first, so you will avoid them. It's a lot of people don't think about that when they're new and they're trying to. How do I identify all the most edible ones first? I'm like, no, learn the deadly ones first. That way you'll be safe, and you'll be safe.
Yeah.
The other ones that are like, oh, I'll get a little upset tummy. Yeah, who cares? You'll survive. My tummy was upset. It made me poop a bunch. Oh, I've never had them. I've never eaten those mushrooms, but like, I'm sure I will someday.
Spend enough time up in the mountains, you might see Sasquatch. My dad is Sasquatch. I'm part Sasquatch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I turned
Yeah,
29
like,
tomorrow. I'm like,
don't eat white mushrooms in the wild unless I'm around. But yeah, white mushrooms is definitely a big indicator. The Amanita, the death cat mushrooms, and the destroying angels, those are white. But there's also little brown mushrooms that are deadly too. They're called, and they look like psychedelic mushrooms. They're one of those lookalikes, and they will kill you. Only like a handful of them will kill you. They're far more deadly than the Amanita mushrooms.
there's definitely plants like that as well too, but they're less common.
Yeah, if you, as long as you're not eating any white wild mushrooms, they'll keep you away from some of the deadly ones. Some of them. But it's a start. There's no one rule of thumb that's going to keep you away from all deadly mushrooms. There's too many complex differences between and lookalikes. There's too many lookalikes. I've noticed that, especially now that I'm doing DNA sequencing. What a lot of these mushrooms that the professionals, Alan Rockefeller, Dr. Amy Honan, a lot of these cool people that they are the true professionals. They say it's one thing, and then the DNA comes back, and we find out it's something completely different. It happens. But yeah, this iNaturalist is the best tool that we have right now. If you're not using it, you should be.
Well, what
Kim's
about
asking
like
if you have birthday plans, HB?
No, again, I don't. If you, that's what I was saying to you. If you do want to do something, I'm open. I don't have any plans until going to Mountain Taro. That's what I'm going to do for my birthday, but it'll be in like another month or two, maybe. I'm going to go to Mountain Taro and I'm going to handpick some aquamarine. I think it'd be pretty cool. And then there's some other stones there too, so I'll look around. But yeah, I mean, it's a trek. It's 14,000 feet, and it's about a 7-mile hike or quad ride or whatever, right, to get to the top of that sucker. So
it's crazy,
yeah, and it's very cold weather. It only gets there's only not snow on the mountain for like 2, maybe 3 months out of the year. We're lucky. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. But yeah, I was gonna ask, mushrooms like morels, can you can't grow them at your house, can you?
They are figuring out ways to do it in
but
beds.
You say again?
As long as they're figuring out ways of doing it in beds. I'm not sure all of the exact details of how to do it, but they are slowly figuring it out, and people are starting to cultivate them. And you can go to natural groceries, the Vitamin Cottage grocery stores, and they will generally have some on a rack that I think have been cultivated.
Okay.
But I think they're cultivating them in beds with grass, and they're like keeping them in greenhouses to maintain the temperatures and things like that.
Okay, sweet.
I'm not sure
But
exactly.
that answers my question. That's what I was saying, because you don't have to worry about eating the mushrooms that you find in the wild if you can grow them, the ones that you find.
So that's
really
something I would like to talk about a tiny bit.
Good.
So if you find mushrooms in the wild, you're not allowed to sell them to the public. unless you have been specifically licensed by the state as a mushroom expert, which I'm going to do this. But I'm not going to be selling mushrooms to anybody or any restaurants and stuff. But what this license does is it lets you sell mushrooms to restaurants and to the public at farmers markets and stuff. But if you find a wild mushroom, clone it, cultivate it, there's no restrictions on you selling that cultivated mushroom.
Correct.
So it completely changes the game if you just go out into the woods, find a wild mushroom, and figure out how to cultivate it. And there's a lot of stuff out there that's be really, really cool to do stuff with.
Could you actually pull up a picture of aquamarine by chance, like in the natural in the wild? Aquamarine is the March gemstone. It's just a gemstone. It's fairly expensive, but it's beautiful. They call it aquamarine because it looks like you're holding the ocean in your hand, like a little piece like of the deep ocean. It's very beautiful blue color. We'll show you here in just a second. The way it grows is in these formations called barrels, and they're like giant, tall stalagmite crystals, usually in like 5 or 6 sides, depending on how it grows. See, this the barrels right there, naturally formed, and then the stone. Say again?
Not the mermaids, the stones.
Not the mermaid, you pervert. Yeah, you can see there's a couple different examples there in people's hands where they're like holding the full formations, and then these are different gemstones that have been cut. And then the grade of the gemstone is based on the clarity and also the color.
Right. The clarity is what makes it worth more than gold. If you find some really, really clear stuff like that.
Really, really clear, really, really dark blue. It's a really valuable stone. It's the March birthstone, though. It's my favorite stone. I've always loved it a lot. I've worn it a lot. It would be cool to go. I mean, we're in the place where you can literally go pick it off the top of a mountain. So even if I could just come back with little chunks, I'd be so happy. I've actually watched videos of people literally take a trip up there and go and start digging and pick up little chunks. So I'd like to go do it.
Thing that's difficult to do anymore is generally worth your time anymore because most people won't do it. And if most people aren't doing it, it becomes more valuable.
I love minerals. They're so cool. Yeah, man.
You want a license? I'll print one up for you.
Native American has it as a secret stone. What's its properties, Melo? Do you know? For Native American culture?
It's associated with the sky for sure.
Well, the sea, right?
I thought the Native Americans were associated with the turquoise.
Yeah, because aquamarine is supposed to be like the sea, like the ocean. Yeah, it's all about the mountains. You want to be where like natural forces push rocks around, or volcanoes, or some kind of formation. Yeah,
diamonds are formed deep, deep, deep down in the vents where the most pressure is at, and that's where you get the hardest rocks, and those are the best gemstones, or the hardest and clearest. So here in the Rockies, you get a lot of volcanic vents that are being pushed up, or were pushed up, and now they're eroding away. So.
Cool. Thanks everyone for being here tonight. We got a Bible study with Derek tomorrow, same time, 9 p.m. EST. We're going to go here in just a little bit, maybe 15, 20 minutes or so, and go over and do Pompoko.
Turquoise is more like that. This is fake, not real, but
like a clear blue.
Yeah, like very, very. This is a very artificial. The real turquoise would be far less uniform, but this is like a nice piece of fake turquoise that I was wearing for a long time because I liked it.
I saw somebody pull a huge chunk out of the ground here in Colorado. There's a video, obviously, but yeah. Some treasure videos. You need to check out that show, Prospectors, that interview was talking about.
Definitely.
They're on the Weather Channel. That's who sponsors them. It's really, really great.
I have all of the episodes downloaded if we want to watch it one of these Mondays.
It'd be really cool.
I've already got Pompoko ready to go. But, yeah.
Chumpy stones from a healer shaman in the top of the mountains in Peru. That sounds like the most Peru thing I've ever heard. My
Dude, I
wife.
love the chunky stones. That's why I like wearing this, and like I've got big old rocks. These things are heavy. You feel it when you wear them. I'm like, yeah, all right, that's cool. It
Mhm.
feels neat. It's kind of manly. A big
Yeah,
rock,
right.
big rock around my neck.
Ooga booga.
Yep, yeah.
I'll get all the wives with this.
Treasure. Just by walking around, you find it.
Cool. Yeah, man, you
Well,
guys get out. It's another reason to get out into nature. Get some stones, get some plants, get some
exactly.
mushrooms, warm up.
Be
That's all
nature.
yeah. Right on.
Be in nature.
Yep. And if you guys are planning anything, see if you can meet up with some people in your local area and see what's going on. If you guys are in Colorado, hit us up and let us know. We'll be going to do some fortune stuff too. So,
I'm
yeah.
doing a lot of foraging this summer, for sure. I already went today. I was just kind of scouting. I didn't see anything, but soon.
Too soon, buddy. Soon. Deep breaths and baby steps.
Hmm.
Before you know it, we'll be right in the middle of it.
All right, shall we call it a night and start getting ready for the movie?
Yeah.
Yep, I think we're good.
All right. Well, it's been a good time, guys.
Yeah. Thank
Cool.
you, everyone.
You'll have a great night. We'll see you guys on the next episode.